Lesson 68 is called Dividing Mixed Numbers. Now this first question we have to divide 2 2/3 divided by 4. And what we're going to do, just like when we multiplied mixed numbers, is to change our mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 3 times 2, that's 6, plus 2 more is 8. So 2 2/3 is the same thing as 8/3. We're going to divide that by 4 over 1, because we need to make the 4 into a fraction in order to divide our fractions. So our next step, we're going to divide fractions. Division is the inverse, or the opposite, of multiplication. So we've got a three-step process here. Our three-step process, we'll use blue. Step 1 is copy. Step 2 is dot. And step 3 is flip. And we know that when we want to divide fractions, we have to use this copy dot flip method to solve. So we're going to copy the first number, 8/3. Then we're going to put a dot instead of a division sign. This means multiply. Then we're going to flip the other number. So we're going to get 1/4. And now we can go ahead and find our answer. 8 times 1 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. Both of these are divisible by 4, so we're going to divide by 4 over 4, our fraction equal to 1, so that we can reduce. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And we've got our final answer. When we want to divide mixed numbers, we just change to improper fractions, copy dot flip, and then we reduce if necessary to find out what our quotient will be. Because remember, the quotient is the answer to a division problem. Let's look at our next example. Here we have 2 2/3 divided by 1 1/2. So 2 2/3. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. So 2 2/3 is the same thing as 8/3. And we're going to divide that by 1 1/2. Well, 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3. So 1 1/2 is the same thing as 3/2. Now we're going to go ahead and copy dot flip, because division is the inverse of multiplication, so we want to do the opposite. So we're going to get 8/3 times 2/3. And now we can find out what our answer is going to be. 8 times 2, that's 16. 3 times 3 is 9. And if we want to reduce 16/9, well, 16 divided by 9. 9 goes into 16 one time. We get 9 with 7 left over. So we've got 1 7/9. That must be the answer to this problem. So 2 2/3 divided by 1 1/2 is going to be equal to 1 7/9. We got that answer by changing our mixed numbers to improper fractions, copy dot flip, and then we reduce to change our improper fraction into a mixed number. We've completed the problem. Lesson practice will be on page 361 and 362. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.